And today is episode 108 of the OG podcast. Man, what is up?
108. You
108.
know, 108 is divisible by 3.
Really? I did
You
not
know how
know.
I know that?
How do you know that?
It's a little math trick I learned when I was in school because I was always a numbers guy. So if you put, like, let's say I'll give you a random number, let's say 1,002, I'm sorry, yeah, 1,203. Now,
Mm-hmm.
within that number, if you were to add each individual digit and those digits equal or divisible by 3, that means that the whole number is divisible by 3 as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. So with 108, 1 plus 8 is 9, which means if you were to divide 108 by 3, you would actually get an actual number that has no decimals. It's interesting.
That is interesting. And this is Math Lessons brought to you by OMG.
OMG.
Nice. Nice. You turning into a math professor, I see. I love it.
Yeah, one of those things. I have those moods.
Speaking of numbers, I actually had got somebody interested in the web around, and they actually purchased a web around from me, green screen from me, which was pretty cool. So I got my first web around sale, which was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Shout out to them, and it was actually somebody in a wheelchair, so it was pretty dope. Like, it's really
Nice.
cool. Yeah, it was
Gotta look out for each other.
yeah, there was the one of the co-hosts from 8-bit close fist. I can never say it off the rip. But yeah, so shout outs to them. Shout outs to Web Around. Again, if you're looking for an awesome green screen that fits on your wheelchair or a regular chair, go to webaround.com and use code HANDY and get 10% off. Or use my
Nice.
referral code and get more percentage off, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, so shout outs to Web Around. Man, what a week, man. I actually just got back from vacation. And
Nice. How was your vacation?
I already feel like I need another one.
You feel like I need another one.
Yeah, I'm already worn out, tired. Yo, what up, Odis? I'm already worn out and tired, and from my first vacation, I feel like I need another one. I feel like I need just like a whole week off.
You know, there used to be one weekend out of every month where I used to go to Dallas for an anime convention. And every time I came back, because that was basically my vacation, from work and reality and whatnot. And whenever I would come back, I would need at least one more day off so I could just kind of decompress and get back to the normal routine. Because, when you're done with it, you still need time to rest, believe it or not.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what it is. I guess it's the altitude or what altitude, whatever you call it. But like, 'cause the altitude is different from Texas to New Mexico.
Mm,
So like whenever I'm there, it always takes me a day for the body to adjust. And the same
yeah.
thing on the way back. Like, I like not trying to be graphic, but I don't poop right, I don't pee right, I don't eat right the first day. In fact, the first thing I did when I came home was take a dump. When I was like, I just felt so good to like just take a dump in your
Let it all
bathroom.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I still don't feel right. You know what I mean? Cause it's like
Just give
like
it a week.
like you said, you need that day. So did my wife. Like, she was off yesterday, but I was trying to get her to come back Sunday so she can have a day to rest because she's the one that does all the driving. And
Yeah.
then it's like a 10 to 12 hour drive, and she goes straight
Mhm.
through. Like, she only stops
Right.
one time for gas, and that's it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
and so she did that, came back on Monday, and then went back to work yesterday. I'm like, damn,
Mm.
that's craziness. She's
It
crazy.
is. Yeah.
She's crazy. But I'll let you go ahead and start off first. How was your week?
Well, it's been very interesting. So, for those who don't know, I actually got a promotion within the company. So, I'm working at a different department that I actually like a little bit better. I did my training last week, which is why I wasn't able to make it to the podcast. And after the training, I actually officially started my new schedule this past Saturday.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, like I said, the job is much better. I'm with a group of people who actually were pushing for me to get there. It's kind of one of those things where God kind of places you in certain places because it was really those coworkers who were pushing me to apply. They told their manager about me. Like everything was just emotion. Like it wasn't even something I was pushing for. It was just something that I was led to do. So I took that advice. I was like, sure, I'll go ahead and apply. I prayed, hey God, this is where you want me to go. Let me be there, and they let me be there like really quick too.
That's what's
Um,
up, dude. That's what's
so I
up.
like it a lot. It's more money. It's more comfortable. Better. I mean, the people at the company I work for are good in general, but
Right.
I'm even more comfortable with the people that I'm there with because they're people I actually talk to more often. So it's just more interesting, and the day goes by much faster. I love it.
That's what's up. And what up, Odies? And yo, you can say that word again, man. About
Oh yeah,
sometimes, God puts you in places. He put you in the right places. You definitely right on that, man.
yeah.
Um,
So
man. So you, so you,
other than
so you still in the same atmosphere that that we talked about. As far as your work atmosphere, you know what I'm talking about, like
yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah.
still like in the same like general area. I'm just in a different position that's a lot less stressful. I'll put it to you that way. It's actually a position that I actually like more. Like I feel like I'm actually able to do more and contribute more. I can't say the name of the company I work for because we're actually not allowed to advertise,
Well,
but
yeah.
what I can say is basically I directly contact merchants anytime somebody says they don't recognize something on their account. I call merchants like Google, PlayStation, Microsoft, Nintendo, whatever the case may be, and not just games, but just other companies in general to confirm if what's happened is correct, if it's legit, or if something else happened. I'm in the more investigative department now.
So you
Uh,
hear call OMG directly? No, I'm just kidding. No, do not call OMG directly.
yeah. So, but I like it though. It's very rewarding, and like I said, everybody's cool with me. Management's really been nice to me and everything. Like I said, it's just a really cool atmosphere.
That's
That's exactly
cool.
what we wanted.
That's cool. Like, I mean, I knew you were gonna be working in the same company, but my thing was I was more worried about you being in that different atmosphere.
Mhm.
As
Yeah,
far as like, the encouragement atmosphere, the
yeah,
the godly atmosphere,
yeah,
because I know you always say you get a word from there and you guys sharpen each other, which is really good. And it's
yeah,
like I don't want you to lose that, because that's a good,
yeah.
that's good. Like it's good to be around people that sharpen you, because
Iron sharpens iron.
iron
Yeah.
sharpens iron.
Yep.
Definitely, definitely. And what up, Odies? What up, Mags? Yo, bro, I'm sipping on coffee right now, bro. Like, God had me up at 5 o'clock this morning praying. Like, so
Hmm.
I've been up. But
Unlike me, because I didn't get up till about an hour ago, and
I figured you just got up, dude.
Well, I had to go to an adventure to get breakfast because
Oh.
there's a certain taco spot that I normally go to. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
called them twice. I called them when I first woke up, no one picked up. So I just got dressed and everything. Called them once I was done freshening up, still no answer. So I was like, I'm just going to show up. So I show up to the place. The sign says it's open. So I'm okay, maybe the phone's not working. I
Mm-hmm.
walk in and there's like nobody in the front to serve me. I look around and I can hear somebody talking in Spanish somewhere in the back, but like they just were not paying attention to the front at all. I was like, well, if they don't want to make money, I can go somewhere else. So I ended up having to go somewhere else to get breakfast today.
Please
I
tell
still got
me,
tacos.
please tell me it's not our spot, the spot that you just tried to get me to go back to. And yeah, he does. See, Odie says, see, he does work for Nintendo secretly. He does work for Nintendo. He
That's
just
funny.
let it out the bag.
Nice. But yeah, no, it is the same place that I did just hype up. The place that we used to go to back in the old days. And like I said, this is the first time it's ever happened. So hopefully this isn't a
I'd have
normal
been like, "Hola, cómo estás? I need el taco." No, I
thing.
would have been like,
Nah, the way I look at it is, if you're not going to be there ready to serve me, you don't need my money, and I can always go somewhere else.
I
Like I
mean, maybe God did it for
that
a reason. Maybe you were gonna get food
exactly.
poisoning or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not really complaining too much. It was
Uh,
an inconvenience, but at least I have options, so that's the thing.
yeah. I'm trying to. I'm thinking I have to go to a new taco place myself because I only get tacos on the weekends now because my wife's always working and stuff.
Yeah.
And the weekend crew, as we call them, they suck. Like they
Oh
always
man.
get my taco wrong. Always.
Mm.
I just want a simple potato and bacon. It's not hard. It's not complicated. Just potato and bacon. And what happens? What happens? It's always potato, egg, and bacon. Potato, egg, and bean and bacon. Potato, bacon, egg, and cheese. No, I want potato and egg. I mean potato and bacon. And they never give me my taco correctly.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
But during the week, I could get the taco all day long. But not in the weekends. Yo, what up, Hunter? What's good? And yeah, Mags, you should check out that game that Odie's was playing yesterday. It's kind of like I don't know. I don't want to say, but it kind of reminded me of Destiny a little bit, but a different spin on it. I don't know. So my week was interesting. I went to New Mexico. To go visit. It wasn't like a planned. It was sort of planned, but not really. We had to go basically pick up my daughter's. For those that don't know, my daughter is adopted. I don't say she's adopted because in my mind, she's my daughter. She has other siblings that are throughout the family, and so we went to go pick up her older sister and bring her back to San Antonio. Help her get preteens. They tend to wild out a little bit, so sometimes you gotta get them and set them straight. So we brought her to San Antonio to the grandma, which was an interesting trip because not only did I have to go with me, my wife, I had to bring my cat with me too. I had nobody really to watch my cat. I was gonna ask you if you could like come and like feed him and stuff and check on him and stuff, but that was the same week you were doing training, so I didn't wanna bug you with that. You know what I mean? And you know how I am. I just don't like random people in my house. I only like people that I'm like really comfortable with in my house. When I'm not there, that's really only you. So I was like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna have to take Mr. O Ninja with me. Surprisingly, he did well.
Wow, because most of the time cats don't really like traveling.
Dude, he was amazing, dude. Like he just laid there and just chilled.
Nice.
And like he only got out one time, and that was just because my daughter scared the crap out of him. So I mean, that's obvious, But other than that, like, I mean, I tried to put him in the pet carrier. Tried to do the whole pet carrier thing. He wasn't having it. He actually got out on his own. Which was really weird. He's a ninja, I tell y'all.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. He's a ninja.
He's a ninja. So, and like. If my wife wouldn't have seen it for herself, she wouldn't have believed it. But he literally like stuck his paw, did the whole thing, unlashed it himself, and got out. So yeah, like this cat is for real a ninja. Like I'm not even playing. Odie said, "No, it's like Gears of War. Interesting."
Oh, that's cool. I'm actually a big fan of Gears of War.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So I don't know. I may have to check that game out. But it would look interesting. The multiplayer aspect of it was interesting, Odie, that's for sure. Odie said the cat was asking, are we there? Are we there yet? Yeah, I know, right? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So, like, I really didn't have a problem with him. The major problem that I was going to have, I thought I was going to have is that my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law have 2 cats and a dog. So I was thinking, man, it's gonna be interesting, right?
Yeah.
No, my cat like was chill the whole time in the room.
That's cool.
Didn't, and he's not. Unfortunately, he's not neutered yet. Unfortunately, only because, neutered for males, right? Neutered, or yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Yeah, whatever. We're not trying to be gender specific on animals, and if somebody's offended, I apologize. So, he's not, he hasn't lost his jingle balls yet, his jingle bells. And the only reason why is because I can't find a place to do it on the weekends. And that's the only time my wife has off is the weekends. So like he's been like, full blown male, for almost a year. So
Yeah.
we were like worried he was gonna start spraying and all this stuff. Nope, he was chill. He was like total chill.
Absolutely.
He didn't try to attack. Nope. They tried to attack him. He just looked at him stupid. Like, bro, I'm from the streets. Don't mess with me. I'm a ninja. You know what I'm saying? He's like, don't mess with me. But he was real cool. Didn't tear nothing up. He was like really really cool. So I was like, he didn't poop in the car, didn't pee in the car, nothing like that. It was really interesting. So I was, and that was like probably like the biggest like worry of the trip was that. Other than that, I mean, it was nice. I tried to stay off social media.
Yeah.
That was the plan. Didn't happen that way, but it's all good. I didn't play no video games. I played a little bit of Shadowverse. I'm a little upset with Shadowverse right now.
Okay.
It's not Shadowverse's fault. It's my fault for not paying attention. But you know that deck you told me to get?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't pay attention to the list when I went to go purchase the deck. And I purchased a deck that was out of rotation.
Oh, you got the wrong one.
And I spent all my vows and all my coins on to get this deck. And yeah.
Whoops.
And so it's a deck I can't even use.
I mean, if you want to play Unlimited, you can use it, I guess.
But no, I'm never going to play Unlimited. Unlimited is for, I don't know, people.
For people.
For people
like
that don't play rotation. Yes, it's for people that don't play rotation. There you go.
I would disagree because I mean I actually like both. But yeah, I mean I will admit there is a division. And this is in all type of card games where there's always an unlimited format and there's always either a standard or a rotation. And yeah, usually there's all you either play one or the other. I'm one of the few that don't mind doing both.
Nah, I it's kind of like I look at it as like Overwatch to me, like not the game, but as far as like I can't play casual Overwatch. I gotta play competitive Overwatch.
Yeah.
Like competitive Overwatch is just not fun to me. I mean, competitive Overwatch is the only thing that's fun to me. Casual Overwatch is just not fun for me. So, and that's the way I kind of look at Shadowverse. Like I gotta play it like where it means something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Not that out of rotation doesn't, because it has its own rank. But I would prefer to be, in rotation than unlimited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little upset at Shadowverse, and it's my fault. I should have asked you, and I should have looked. Because I did it right after the podcast 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I've been scorned. I've been mourning.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Feeling kind of salty since then.
Yeah, and then to top it all off, the expansion's coming.
The actual expansion dropped yesterday.
Yeah, so now I have no resources for the expansion.
Now you do get 5 free packs, just in general, and if you finish the story mode, I mean, you get more resources and whatnot. So I mean, you'll be able to at least get a solid, I'd say maybe.
Yeah, but I had over 10,000 coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I was so hyped. But, and other than that, before I left for New Mexico, I got to finalize the next thing that's going on in my stream adventure. As far as Twitch, the Cerebral Palsy Foundation has officially reached out to me and asked me to do a special stream for them on March 25th to help them raise money.
Nice.
And I've agreed to do it. And they sent me a care package. It's actually at the office. I got to go pick it up, but it's been too darn cold for me to get out.
It has been cold.
I have a scooter and all that good stuff, but my hip it's too cold. It's too cold. God, you need to like make it just like give me like 50s or 60s. You know what I'm saying? These 30s got to go. Um,
Yeah.
so I haven't been able to actually go get the package. And
Mhm.
on top of that, my wheelchair kind of broke during the vacation on
Oh, that's
accident.
not good.
Well, I mean, it was just you know how like normally the screw comes out,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's just one of those things. So
Okay.
my wife just got to do it. Uh, you know, put put it back in.
Sure.
Yeah, and fix it. But yeah, so I'm really excited to do that. Like, and they're gonna be like broadcasting my channel everywhere. I think we're gonna have like a lot of kids watching. So that stream's gonna be completely PG-13, if not G-rated. Um,
Yeah, I
so
got you.
please leave your potty mouth at home, please, on March 25th. Um,
Hmm.
cause yeah, there's gonna be a party, but not no potty mouth. Um, and
Well,
they
yeah,
told me,
definitely. Congratulations.
yeah, man, it's it's been something I've wanted to do since I started streaming, and
Hmm.
I didn't even think it was like 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 a possibility yet. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And the fact that they just reached out to me like in DM, like I didn't even know how to
Hmm.
get in contact with these people, nothing. And they reached out to me. I was like, oh my Jesus. So,
Mm-mm.
I'm just definitely thankful. He said, I have seen space. Oh, you have? What are your thoughts on it, Max? But yeah, so that's definitely going to be happening. And I got another announcement coming. Probably going to be announcing that on Monday. And then I probably will have another announcement towards the end of March. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's crazy. A lot of things been happening in the stream, but I just know God's doing great things. He's had to
Hmm.
close a few doors, but he's been opening a lot of doors. So,
Hmm.
so he says it's meh. So that just means you ain't really that means you just you ain't feeling it. Odie says it's a good game. I was playing it last night after I got off stream. You know what I was playing last night? Late last night? Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3. I gotta say this about Kingdom Hearts 3. I can't really get my full review on it yet because I haven't beat the game. But I gotta say, okay, so this is what I did. Okay. I'm impatient. I can't wait on my daughter. So I started my own file. And
Mm.
then,
Uh-oh.
and I said this. I said, you know what? To make it more challenging and to make it where the game's gonna last longer for me, since I don't like beat it before my daughter, I'm gonna put it on extra hard. Tell me
Okay.
why the game's still easy.
Uh-oh.
I
That's
haven't
a
died yet.
it's a very good question, my friend.
I haven't died yet.
Mm.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna die. Everything's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna like you just get bombarded by enemies. No, I'm on pride mode. I think it's called. Yeah, pride mode, and it's like it's still like I'm playing it super easy. Uh,
That's a little unfortunate.
it's a little disappointing.
Mm. I mean, I understand that Kingdom Hearts is a more casual kind of game, so I mean, maybe there's a reason, or maybe there are certain parts that will be more difficult. Maybe they're just easing you in.
Maybe I don't know, but it just seems like a smash 'em up kind of game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Right now, which Kingdom Hearts always has been. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed. It's a great game, but the fact that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I could easily go through the game with it being on super hard, but I'm choosing not to because I want to get 100%. I want to get 100% completion. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I was just a little disappointed. Like I even double checked to make sure I put it on the right difficulty. I'm like, did I accidentally put it on easy? Did I put it on pride? No, I put it on pride mode. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know,
Mm.
man. It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then been playing a lot of Apex Legends, which has been little interesting. And then I got to play a little bit of the new Black. Well, I'll say Call of Duty update, but really the only part I've really been diving into is the Blackout update. And then yeah, just trying to get into gaming. Although I've been like super tired, so it's been really hard to get back into gaming. Like the stream yesterday I felt foggy. I mean, I felt good, but I felt foggy because I'm just like not adjusted yet. Give me 1 week, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But why don't you go ahead and drop us with some knowledge there, sir?
Yeah, that I can do. So a few things have been happening, so it's a matter of figuring out what to really dive into. There are certain things I'm not going to be bringing up today, but there have been some very, very interesting changes and updates. Just to kind of give you a preview, Nintendo, they had a recent event where they revealed a lot of solid Nintendo stuff that are coming out in 2019.
Yes.
So I could probably start there. That might be not a bad idea.
Start there, because if you're not gonna mention the one thing that I think you're gonna mention, I can piggyback off that and mention the thing that I'm gonna mention.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start with Nintendo. So basically, Nintendo had an event recently where they were more or less flexing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, they were flexing.
Yo, Boobies, thank you so much for the biddies.
Thank y'all for the biddies. 120, 30, 40, 50, 60 biddies.
Yo, thank you for the biddies, Boobies.
Look at all the biddies. Thank y'all for the biddies.
Okay, go ahead. The biddy song is over. You may continue.
But no, Nintendo renounced a lot of games, so I'm just gonna kind of go through just a few of them. The ones that I'm actually excited for. One of the biggest ones is Super Mario Maker 2. They're actually making a sequel that you can play on the Nintendo Switch, which is a big deal. Super Mario Maker, when it first dropped on, I think it was like the Wii U, I think it was, when it first hit.
Wasn't it like the Wii? Yeah, the Wii U was the second Wii, right?
Yeah, the second one. So it was the Wii U then. And that was a big hit. To the point to where they even like gave it slots in, the GDQ. Like, it was that big a deal. And, that's just something that's super awesome. So they're making a sequel now, and it's going to be on the Switch. So those of you who have your Switch now have a reason to continue to play, as if you didn't already have a reason. But this just further amplifies that.
There's so many reasons to play the Switch.
There are way too many reasons to play the Switch, and like I said, they were really flexing recently at their event that they had. But yeah, Super Mario Maker 2 is one of them. It's a sequel to the Wii U title that actually lets you build your own Mario level. Now, the thing that I'm assuming is that they're probably going to add other type of Mario styles to it. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do because they didn't give out a lot of details, but they anticipate that game releasing June of 2019. So definitely get in there. They're also releasing a Fire Emblem. So those of you who like your strategy
wow.
To me, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. But yeah, if for those of you that are into Fire Emblem, they're actually making a new game with new characters. Going to be really, really hype. Really, really excited about that. It just makes me want to get a Wii all the more because
one thing
Switch?
That I have to.
Or Switch, sorry, not
you
Wii.
said Wii.
Switch. I didn't say Wii. My bad. It makes me want to get a Switch even more because one thing that I haven't told a lot of people is Nintendo is the only console company where there are several games that give me a reason to play it. Whereas with systems like Sony, the only reason I've ever wanted to get a Sony PlayStation was just for Final Fantasy.
He's lying. It's because he works for Nintendo. He has to say these things. No, I'm just kidding. He's paid to say these things.
Of course.
See, he doesn't realize the podcast is sponsored by Nintendo. That's why we got the Nintendo Red thing going on.
Oh, is that what it
you see
is?
the whole Nintendo Red thing going on right now? I'm just kidding.
Okay. But, yes, I am super hyped about the new Fire Emblem. I don't exactly remember when it's supposed to come out, but I believe it's also going to be in 2019 this year.
Nice.
Now, here's something that's going to really throw you off. And I think it threw everyone off because no one saw this coming. And this is another example of Nintendo just going left field because they can, because that's just Nintendo. They are making a it's a game called Tetris 99.
Yes, I heard about that. Oh my god, I want to play it.
Yes, Tetris.
Texas 99. Yeehaw!
Exactly. No, Tetris 99. So to kind of put this into perspective, this so we ought to understand the hype here. Basically, Nintendo has now joined the Battle Royale craze with the left field reveal of Tetris 99. Yes, there will be a Tetris
Just
Battle Royale.
Battle
game.
Royale.
Yep.
I
and,
told you guys, Battle Royale is going to be the new TDM, where every game's going to have their own TDM. Every game's going to probably have their own freaking Battle Royale mode. I'm telling you, it's coming.
And as it indicates, the game will have 99 players partaking in a game of Tetris, basically. And players will be able to attack others with garbage blocks, kind of like Tetris Attack. So if you ever play games like Tetris Attack, it's similar to that, except for you're versus a lot of other people, and last man standing wins. So I actually like it. I think it's pretty cool.
I think Go ahead. No, I was gonna say I think it's gonna be pretty competitive. I think it's gonna be the new competitive Tetris, honestly.
I agree. That's exactly where I was going with that because, back in the day when I played Tetris Attack, I used to love that game, but I never really had much of a challenge because nobody in my circle really played the game much, and this is another reason I wanted to get me a Switch yes, I said it right this time, a Switch, because I'd like to be able to actually play a Tetris game competitively, and this could be right up my alley. So I really think a Switch is going to be in my future. But yes, a Tetris Battle Royale, and this is going to come out in. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I didn't look up the date. And by the way, the event where Nintendo was flexing, it was an event called Nintendo Direct.
Well, why wouldn't they flex? I would flex there too.
Yeah. Basically, this was their E3. Like, they don't give a crap about the real E3. This is their thing. They just show videos at their E3. They don't even have a guy. Next year, they're just gonna have a hologram guy. It's gonna be there in the video. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for anyone who's a Nintendo Switch Online member, you actually can download it for free.
Man.
And as a matter of fact, it apparently you can actually play it now.
Man.
Yeah. Wow.
What?
So yeah, if you're a Nintendo Direct member or a Nintendo Switch Online member, you can actually play this game right now.
Wow.
So Tetris 99 hype.
Yo. I need a Switch now.
Yeah.
Now. I'm actually wanting to play that right now. I think that would be I think that would be really high for streaming too, to be honest. Could you imagine you're watching a streamer play the game and you're in the same game that he's in and y'all are playing Tetris together? It would be a whole new version of stream sniping. It wouldn't really be stream sniping, but and then Max says also handy kill cam. Googling, there's a harder mode for really. There's a harder mode for Kingdom Hearts 3. All right, well you're gonna have to put that in the freaking whatchamacallit, cause Kingdom Hearts 3 is not hard right now. I could literally.
You have to beat it in the difficulty you're at to probably.
I could probably speed run the game right now, honestly, and I don't even speed run. That's saying something. Dude, I'm actually really hyped to play this game.
Oh yeah.
I need a Switch. I need a Switch.
Me too. Right now.
Right now.
And now there is one more thing that they are releasing as well. That got a lot of people to just lose their stuff.
Let's see if it's going to be the thing that I was going to say.
So they're remaking a certain game that, apparently has a lot of hype in the past. It was very, very good. I'm not talking about Final Fantasy because yes, they're redoing some of those, but they're actually remaking one of the Legend of Zelda games.
Oh, that wasn't the one I was talking about, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. They actually are releasing that on the Switch as well.
Wow.
So,
wow. What up, Abomination? What up, bro? Wow. That's interesting.
For those that are big into Link's Awakening, which I know people who are, That is also coming out on the Switch this year. So let me double check if I can find a release date.
Wow. Well, you didn't mention the game that I was gonna say.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the game that Microsoft canceled called Scalebound? That was gonna come out, and you were gonna be a dragon, or not a dragon, but you were gonna be able to ride a dragon. Well, Nintendo has officially bought the rights to Scalebound, and it's coming out for the Switch.
Oh wow.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So the Switch is on fire right now.
Yeah. I mean, it was already winning, but now because what was weird is last year we thought how is Nintendo gonna top the past 2 years? You had Mario one year, you had Legend of Zelda another year. Like, what could you possibly do? And then bam, all these bombs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know, dude. I know. It is. It is really crazy how you know how when you're in a car race and you always got that one that you're in a car race and you always have that one guy that's like the sleeper car, the one that doesn't look like it's gonna do well, but then it beats everybody on the track. That's Nintendo right now. Nintendo didn't look like it was gonna do well. Everybody, so you didn't think it was gonna do well. When they first talked about the Switch. Now the Switch is out. It's blowing everybody out of the water. Man, all I can think about is Tetris 99 right now.
Tetris 99.
Dude, you would be so good at that game.
Oh yeah, I want to play it so bad. So bad.
Oh man. Yo, go start a GoFundMe for OG to get freaking Tetris 99. Bet you'll start streaming then. Bet you'll start streaming. He'll become.
I'm not gonna promise that.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. Yo, imagine that girl that we ran into that when we were at PAX together. That was.
The Tennis Attack champion.
The show off. Yes, I'm just gonna call it the show off because she was like, I was like, yeah, I play Overwatch, right? And she was like, yeah, but you're no Tetris whatever champion, and I was like. You asked me what I play. Like, what do you want from me? Oh my god.
Was way too competitive,
yeah. She was like, "You're no Tetris Attack champion." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm not." So I'm gonna go cry in my corner now.
I just thought that was funny.
It was funny. It was totally funny. Like she totally flexed on me, and she showed me the medal and everything. Which was even funnier. And I was like, okay, get your flex on.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, and the best thing about it was if you looked at this person, that's what I love about gamers. You don't know, you can't tell if somebody's a competitive gamer or a gamer. You would have saw this person, on the street, you would have not known, they were a competitive gamer and they just won Tetris Attack Championship. So it was pretty crazy. Abomination says, can't you ride dragons in WoW and stuff? Yeah, you can, but I mean, it's Dragon Scale or whatever, Scalebound. That game was supposed to be amazing. That game was supposed to put Xbox on the map. That game was supposed to be one of the Xbox exclusives that everybody wanted the Xbox One for. And then Xbox dropped the ball and canceled the game. And now Nintendo bought it. I don't understand why they just didn't. I don't understand why Xbox didn't just try to redo it.
You know what I think? And this is going to be kind of left field, but at the same time, it could make sense. Mm-hmm. I think Nintendo and Microsoft are going to kind of start being their own thing together. Because so? I've noticed that Microsoft has been being buddy-buddy with Nintendo a lot lately.
Well, that was the other thing I was going to bring up. We might as well be. We're right here on the same page. Xbox has decided to go completely cross-play with Nintendo and Android.
Yeah.
And Android.
Yeah. And Android.
And Android. So, Xbox is going to be a service now. It's not going to be... Mm-hmm. I don't see... It's weird, right? I don't really see Xbox being a console anymore.
And, I think that's okay. I think Microsoft is learning that what they are good at is what they're going to focus on. They're good at bringing out good online services. they're good at partnering with other companies to make things better. That's where Microsoft, has always been great at, because it's just a thing where Microsoft, yeah, they can make consoles, and they're good. They're always being compared to everything else and not having what's considered enough exclusives and stuff like that. And it's just I guess Microsoft has been struggling because of that. So I
Mm.
think that Microsoft is making the right move and to just sticking with what they know they're good at. And I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think so too. It's gonna be so basically anything that's like that you have on your Xbox digitally, you're gonna be able to play pretty much anywhere if you have a Switch or an Android, um,
Yeah.
which is pretty interesting. Uh, I don't know how PlayStation's gonna combat with that. Um, I don't even know if PlayStation wants to combat with that. Um,
I don't know if PlayStation cares. Because
yeah,
PlayStation, they're good at making consoles, so they're going to stick to that. And, they have a lot of solid titles that they have under their belt. So they're still going to be a competitor. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Nintendo's completely blowing Sony out of the water or nothing. It's still, in my opinion, a pretty close race. It's just that Microsoft is learning that if you really want to make money, we need to hit up Nintendo. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Abomination says, I guess that means Scalebound is gonna be amazing now. Yeah, well, it will run. Put it that way. It will work because most of Xbox exclusives don't run well. Hence PUBG. Um, but speaking of which, there was actually, and believe it or not, today we're talking a lot about Xbox today and stuff. Kind of like it.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we're switching the pace. Too bad the Xbox crowd isn't really here yet.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to watch the show. They're gonna. That's what happens when you show up late for church. You might miss the good message.
Exactly.
You might miss the
Mhm.
good message. There's no rewind in church. I'm just saying. A game like snuck up on me. I mean, I knew the game was coming out, but we always made the joke that it's never coming out. Or then I went to PAX and then found out it's coming out, and it slipped under my radar. It's out, and somehow I have it.
Oh, cool.
Crackdown 3 is out.
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3, the game that was supposed to be the one that was going to put Xbox One on the map. It was going to be one of the first games to come out with the Xbox One, and it was going to use the cloud service and destructible, what you call it? Destructible map or whatever. I forget the major word they use for it. But yeah, I was playing it.
But do you like it?
I mean, it's Crackdown. I mean, it's exactly like the second one and the first one, just more graphics.
Okay.
I mean, if you're just wanting to play it, like, it's like one of those games where like you don't have to think. If you just want to just run around, it's an open. For those that don't know what Crackdown is an open sandbox kind of game where you have to go and fight all these drug lords and stuff and take over the city. But as you go back and take over the city back, you're a cop, okay? First of all, you're a cop. And like the more you fight, the stronger your guy becomes. The more higher you go, the higher you jump. And pretty much by the end of this game, you become like this, this god cheat code kind of cop. And what's kind of cool is like the more you level up or the more you get these power-ups, you actually see your character start to transform and grow and get bigger and stuff like that. So I mean, it's cool. I mean, but I wouldn't spend $50 for it.
No.
No. I wouldn't spend 40. I wouldn't spend 20. Like I said, the only reason why I play it is because I got it for free somehow. I don't even know. It just showed up on my Xbox. I didn't put in no code. That's the second time that's happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And there's a multiplayer to it, But the weird part is the multiplayer is separate from the actual game. So if you want to play the multiplayer, you have to download the multiplayer part.
Hmm.
It's very interesting.
Okay.
I haven't downloaded the multiplayer part yet, only because I had somebody, or I didn't have somebody, but I watched somebody do an interview on it. And
Mm.
yo, what up? That Cicero guy, what's good? And it was very stale and very boring. So I'm like, they're like you, and it looked like you had more fun playing the campaign mode. So I just didn't even
Mm.
bother. So
Gotcha.
so far, my review for Crackdown 3. If you're a Crackdown kind of guy and you love Crackdown, hey, this is the game for you because it's got the same corny acting, the same graphic. I mean, well, just better graphics. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm.
it's your game, yo, but like, honestly, like, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. Um,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? A solid 5.
So for the general gamer who's not really big on the Crackdown series, they might not be into it. But if you're a fan of Crackdown in general, it's something right up your alley.
Yeah. But if you've never played Crackdown before in your life and you just like, you know what I'm saying, and you want to try Crackdown, yo, don't spend $50. In fact, I think if you have Game Pass, I think it's automatically free. I'm not
Okay.
sure, but I didn't download it from my Game Pass either. Like it literally, like I woke up one day and I came back from, no, I came back from New Mexico and it was on my Xbox.
Okay.
So weird. What up, Cicero? I've actually been playing Kingdom Hearts without my daughter because, yeah, she's been acting up still. So I started my own file, been playing it on hard, and somehow it's still easy. I'm thinking about actually streaming Kingdom Hearts on like Saturdays and do it like Saturday morning cartoons. Because I mean, it is a cartoon game. It has to do with Disney. Maybe stream it for like an hour or so. See what happens.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'm actually thinking about starting a new series on my YouTube channel. Called Handy Goes Deep.
Handy goes deep.
Handy Goes Deep. Yeah. Basically just to talk about like what's just been going on, you know, with me and just to talk and just go deep, you know. Not necessarily about gaming. Maybe just, you know, it's kind of like one of those like where you just sit down and you vlog, but it's like one of those sit down and you talk about what's been going on in your life, you know, each week or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or if there's
Yeah.
like a certain subject like that I just want to go deep on. Like, you know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Mayonnaise
Okay.
and ketchup. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know, stuff like
Okay.
that. Been thinking about doing that. Cause you know a lot of that stuff like we really, I mean, we could bring it up on the podcast, but you shouldn't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know when I'm gonna start it. I kind of want to do it when I have my wheelchair fixed, so I can do it with the green screen, so I can have like a
Mhm.
special kind of background for it and stuff. I think that would be kind of cool. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I thought about it yesterday, and I was like, yeah, you know, Handy's gonna go deep. So Handy's gonna go
Mhm.
deep. But it's not gonna be on Twitch. It's gonna be on YouTube. I've been kind of like neglecting YouTube lately, so I'm just gonna, you know, start posting some stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, you could use love too.
Yeah. YouTube needs love too. Did I hear Handy say Handy's gonna go deep? Uh, yes. Keep that for keep that for the bedroom. Yo. You know what I'm saying, Abomination? What can I say, man? What can I say? No twerking. No twerking, man.
None of that.
None of that. So I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. Like I literally just talked about 2 of my topics just right there in that Nintendo segment of your Nintendo announcement, which is kind of really cool. But that's how we always do things. It just goes.
Well, a
Go
lot
ahead.
of bombs anyway, so they kind of did the work for us.
Yeah. Nintendo just dropping the bombs all over the place. Definitely. So what else you got there, sir?
Well, let's take a look here, because again, there's other things that have been coming up too. I'm just trying to go over the more important things. I think I think we're gonna go. Actually, we're gonna talk about Pokemon Go for a minute because it's
Yes.
a really interesting thing that's going on right now. So there is a chance that, well, no, it's actually already happening. Pokemon is going to remove certain Pokestops and gyms around the nation. The
Hmm.
reason for this is because they've actually been getting sued by various people because people keep knocking on their door asking if they can catch Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually gotten to the point, like, there was one person specifically they mentioned. I'm not going to say the person's name, but basically, somebody filed a claim. I think it was like in February or something like that. Um, there was somebody from New Jersey who claimed numerous players arrived at his doorstep asking to catch Pokemon in his garden. Not long after, others joined the case with similar issues. So
Mm.
yeah, apparently, just a lot of people are just running up saying, "Hey, can I just catch some Pokemon real quick?" And I
Mm-hmm.
know that's a thing because I have friends who also play Pokemon Go,
Mm-hmm.
and they've even told each other they go to each other's houses sometimes just to collect certain Pokemon or whatever,
That's
or they'll
so
travel around to do it.
crazy. Dude,
Yeah.
has anybody in the chat watched Live PD? The show called Live PD. OG, have you heard of the show called Live PD?
No.
What?
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of
Live
the show
TV?
Live PD? Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Okay, okay. All right. So, y'all remember Cops, right? The show
Yep.
Cops? Okay. Basically, it's just like Cops, but they're like in they're at like 10 locations at the same time, and it's like live. So if there's something going on, they'll switch to that. They'll switch to that area. There's something going on in that area. It's like a video police scanner, pretty much. I mean, if you think about it. Okay,
Mhm.
so me and my wife watch this, okay? Because you can't really watch Cops anymore. I mean, you can, but it's just not as good as it used to be. You know,
It's just not the same,
it's
yeah.
not the same. So we watch Live PD, right? Tell me why at least not one stop per show is there not somebody at a church getting pulled over for being at a church late at night, and what did they say? Oh, I'm sorry, officer, I was just catching Pokemon.
Yep. That is a legit thing. That
Yeah,
happens.
and they actually sometimes he'll write them a ticket. Sometimes the cops cool about it, but most of the time they get cited for being on private property and for trespassing.
Yep.
So I could see that. I could see
Mhm.
that. It's causing a lot of issues. Like it was this one part. It was like this one episode where this guy was like legitimately catching Pokemon with his girlfriend, and because the car looks suspicious, and we won't go into any other situations, but let's just say in the cop's eye it looks suspicious, right? So he ended up pulling
Yeah.
this over and causing all this drama, and yeah, like the dude was just legitimately catching Pokemon, and the cop had to apologize and everything on live television. On live television.
That-
That's why I like
That's
live
it.
PD. That's why I watch it live PD, because like, yo, if the cop messes up, like, yo, the cop messes up. So it was it was pretty interesting. But you wouldn't believe how many times you see, I was just catching Pokemon, sir.
Yep.
And they legitimately have to show that they were catching Pokemon.
That's so funny.
Like the guy, like most of the time, the guy's like pulling out his phone and showing the Pokemon Go app.
Yep. hmm That's a thing.
Speaking of Pokemon, this is another thing I was gonna bring up too. What? Why are you in my head, sir? Because I was gonna bring up Pokemon Go also. So guess what
Nice.
Pokemon Go decided to do?
What's that?
You can now change teams. You know how like you have a team like that you're part of, the red team,
hmm
the blue team, or whatever.
Okay.
You can change your team for a price.
hmm
So you have to pay, I think it's like $5 to change your team.
Interesting.
It's a paywall to change your team.
Of course. Gotta make that money.
because you're not making money anywhere else in the microtransactions with Pokemon.
Mm-mm.
And that's another thing we're gonna talk about that later on with this Call of Duty update that came out. You know, apparently y'all know that Call of Duty decided to come up with a new. Well, they didn't come up with a new. They decided to go back to the old and bring back more microtransactions.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, because remember when they said, "Oh, Black Ops 4 is not gonna have no loot boxes." Oh, but guess what? Tomorrow's update is gonna be major. Tomorrow's update, which is yesterday, tomorrow's update is gonna be major. Call of Duty's gonna change. It didn't change. It just went back to the old. They brought back loot boxes.
Mm.
They brought back loot boxes. I might as well just go into the segment right now. Let's just go right into it. So, because I'm on a rant right now. Not that I feel. Okay, so let me clarify this. I'm not ranting because I'm mad about loot boxes. I'm mad because you said. I'm mad about this. You said you were going to make Black Ops 4 new. You were changing Call of Duty. You were making it different. You didn't change anything about Call of Duty except go back to what you know because you missed your money. Okay, now, that's not saying you can't grind for the loot boxes. You can absolutely grind for the loot boxes. Totally. By playing Blackout in multiplayer. But it takes I still haven't got one yet. But now granted I haven't been playing a lot. But, I at least played 7 matches of Blackout. And I still haven't earned one yet. So, but if you pay $2, I think $2 to $3, okay, it's loot cases. Excuse me, loot cases. If you pay the $2 to $3 or whatever, you get the loot. You can get the loot cases. So on a game that you're already paying $60 for, then you're already paying another $60 for the pass, and then you can automatically already get the loot cases. If you buy that. So it's, I don't know, man. It's crazy. And then Warwick said this. He said, lack of profit is a serious itch. And you know what I think it was, to be honest? Like, here again, Handy going off in his own mind. I think Apex Legends is what made him do it. I think so. I don't think it was in their grand. Okay, so let me put it like this. Like, I think, of course, the new expansion was a part of the Call of Duty, the whole chase and the whatever thing, right? But I think Vonderhaar had in the back of his mind, he said this. He said, look, right now, we're not going to add in loot crates. But if stuff goes crazy, we're going to add in loot crates along with the update. You know what I'm saying? So he's like this. Okay, Apex Legends has just took a lot of our player base. So we need to figure out a way to make money with the diehard players that just love Call of Duty and that just love Blackout. Because I mean, I'm not saying that this person does this, but you got streamers like TP, you got streamers that Merc, Maven, like they love, and I'm just using them as an example. They love Call of Duty Blackout. Like, that's their favorite game to play, their favorite game to stream. So of course they're gonna throw money at the screen to get that stuff, and every game has their diehard player base. So now they're like, you know what? Let's try to figure out a way to make money off that player base because Apex Legends is taking a lot of our player base right now. That's how I feel. I could be completely wrong, but that's just how I feel about it right now. How long has Apex Legends has been out? Oh, I think this is week 2. Yeah, 2. But it's already broken Fortnite records, which was another thing I was going to discuss. It's already reached 10 million concurrent players. 10 million concurrent players. Are you out of your freaking mind? And they're thinking about bringing crossplay to the consoles. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. And then on top of that, they already are like going faster than Fortnite. They've already got their what you call it, them Xbox, or not the Xbox, but the Twitch, the Prime loot crates for the Prime loot for Apex Legends. So it's like kind of like this, right? Like Fortnite already set the blueprint, kind of, sorta, and like Apex is just going faster and in their mind better. Like today they already released a new weapon in Apex Legends. I haven't even had the chance to test it or play with it, so we won't be talking about it in this week's episode. Next week's episode we will be. So I mean, I don't know. 2 weeks is not a lot of time to change. But here's the thing though, and here's my other hypothesis though. I think that like certain things, like gamers, like developers have to have like certain patents on things. What if like Apex had a certain patent on something, and they kind of like and Call of Duty kind of knew that Apex was coming, but they didn't know what, so maybe they had the ace in the hole. It's just something to think about, because certain things in games have to be patented, right? So that like, if anything gets copywritten, they can go and say, boom, boom, boom. Oh, I did talk about Fortnite. I had to, sorry. But it wasn't to talk about the actual game of Fortnite. Although they finally put in the hoverboard that everybody wanted like 2 years ago. I saw that, which is interesting. There's just so much going on Fortnite. I can't even keep up with Fortnite. It's too much going on. I need a whole other podcast just for Fortnite. And that's not a podcast for me to be on. I will not be on that podcast because I will have nothing but to talk about not so great things, because still with all that money, you still have people getting hacked and losing the things that they purchased. Okay, so here's the thing about Apex though. Well, let me go back to Call of Duty, because I still got to rant on Vonderhaar for a second. Vonderhaar, I love you, but I got to rant on you for a second. Bro, so everybody knows, if you're a competitive Call of Duty watcher, one of the most competitive guns that are used in competitive Call of Duty is the Maddox, right? It's kind of like it's an AR, but it's kind of used like an SMG for close range. Mm-hmm. Well, and everybody else, and they also used the SOG, right, which is an SMG. That's like one of the two. That's the two most competitive weapons in Call of Duty. So you know what Vonderhaar decided to say and do? Let's nerf them into the ground so nobody could use them. Change the meta. And this is the craziest thing. They did it right before a CWL event. Let me share something with you. And this is where I was giving the 100 Thieves like a lot of flack, right? But now I feel bad for 100 Thieves. They literally changed Kenny to a Maddox role so he could use a Maddox. And then the day before they compete, they nerfed the Maddox into the ground. Practically the whole team were using Maddox. But guess what? 100 T lost yesterday. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why. Like, why would you? Like, it wasn't a bad gun. I mean, honestly, I didn't like the Maddox. It wasn't one of my favorite guns, but I mean, it's something that the competitive players use. And it's like, why would you do that right before a CWL event? Like, you guys are so on tune with the streamers to the point to where if a CWL event is going on now, no COD Pro, even if you're not even in the it makes sense. But if a CWL tournament is now going on, you and you're at home or your team's at home, you are not allowed to stream Call of Duty. You cannot play Call of Duty and stream it. You are not allowed to play Call of Duty. Like, they changed it. You are not allowed. So, like, if anybody that's like listening to the podcast, if you've been like recently listening to or like watching, Optic, do scrims and stuff while CWL is on or whatever, they are not allowed to. No team is allowed to stream their scrims anymore, and no team is allowed to play or stream Call of Duty while a CWL thing is on. So say for instance, I don't know, like say for instance Optic is home, but there's like a CWL event, like a like not a tournament, but like a seasonal thing. Optic is not allowed to stream Call of Duty. They have to stream something else, or they get fined. And I'm like, so like all these things have changed, and I'm like, Vandahar. Like, you guys got all that together, which I get it, I understand, it makes sense. But why nerf a gun all the way to the ground right before an event? Right when you knew 100T just changed everything to where they could, function as a team. And they just put out a video. Saying, hey, we put our egos aside. We're gonna do well we're gonna do well this event. We switched Kenny to this kind of role. And, we're going to have all these people using Maddox. Vandahar, we're nerfing Maddox to the ground. I'm like, wow. Wow. It's like, and I don't mean anything negative, but I'm just saying there's some kind of disconnection with your community somewhere. As far as like, so they want to make it a CWL event what is that? Monopoly. Yeah, you can't even stream the event. Like, you can't even, like, how normally like you were able to like show the event. How like one time like I I don't know if you were here, Abomination, but you remember this one time when I showed the event. I don't know if you were here or if you were following the channel then, but one time like I showed the event. Now, if you're a COD pro, you can't even show the event, can't show the scrims, can't do nothing anymore. I don't know what happened. Like the one weekend I'm gone, like everything changes, dude. Even OBS changed. Even freaking Stream Elements, everything changed while I was going over the weekend. Like, so much happened over the weekend. I'm just like, like I'm just like, oh my god, what did I miss? What did I miss? It's crazy. But yeah, so. If you are a Maddox user and you have not updated your game, go use the Maddox, and just know that I feel for you, and I'm sorry, and can't give you what the new meta what the new meta is. So, or I don't know what the new meta is right now. So, it sucks. It sucks if you're a competitive caller. Like, there's not one person. Like, I've been like, I've been jumping in like a lot of competitive player streams. Just like, dude, this freaking patch sucks. Like, why? Like, the thing was, it's like, it wasn't like they just did like some finer tweaks. Like, they literally nerfed these guns into the ground, like practically unusable. So it's like, the pros are like, dude, we've already like had so many events with these guns, and then you just go and change it on us. Like, what the duck, I don't know. I personally would have waited to do that nerf. There's supposedly new cars coming to Blackout, cop cars. They're gonna be the updates. They're already in the update code, but they're not gonna be released until Friday. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Not looking forward to that, considering I already have enough cars that run me over in Blackout. Why do I need more? Just to be woo woo woo, and just to let me know that, hey, you're about to be ran over by a police car. I feel like we need EMP grenades, please, Vandahar. Please, Vandahar. We need EMP grenades, Vandahar, please. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, you already have two cars that can run us over. No, 3 cars that can 2 cars that can run us over. 1 that can shoot at us. So we're gonna add 2 more cars that can run us over. Well, we don't even know actually what the Cup car can actually do. We don't know. I mean, for all we know, it could, I don't know. And then they added a new area in Blackout called Ghost Town. I haven't dropped there yet because everybody and their mama's dropping over there, and I don't want to lag. I've seen people land there. It looks pretty cool. It reminds me of a map in Ghost, but it's like underground. It reminds me of one of the DLC maps in Ghost, but it was underground. And Abomination said, I remember when the game events were on, people were streaming it. Is it like that? Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if like if I could stream it still, but I know like anybody that's like in like a COD team or anything like that, they are not allowed to stream it. And EMP nades will come out when they run. Yeah, I mean the one thing I will say though that they did add prestiges. So now you can prestige in Blackout. So now they show a little bit more love as far as when you get a kill and stuff. So there are prestiges. Then there's like 10 prestiges. I'm not necessarily sure because I'm not even close to prestiging yet in Blackout. So I'm like level 50 something. I kind of once Apex came out, I slowed my Blackout grind. I didn't completely stop playing Blackout. I still played Blackout with Headshot like off stream, but like I slowed down the grind. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm a little baffled about what's going on with Blackout right now in Call of Duty. They have dropped a new DLC map. I believe it's called Casino, and even though that it's already in the rotation, I have yet to play it, meaning I've yet to see it in my playlist to play. So can't get my review on that. There'll be a lot of stuff I still got to review next week as far as the new Apex weapon and the new map on Call of Duty and the cars, because the cars ain't coming out until Friday. I'm hoping and praying Vandahar somehow listens to this podcast, accidentally clicks on the podcast, and says, you know what, I'm gonna listen to Handy Kill Cam, and I'm gonna add EMP grenades on Friday. And to that, sir, I will give you a virtual high five, sir. No disrespect to you, Vandahar. You definitely make more money than me. You definitely know how to make more. You definitely know how to make games, and I don't. I just sit here behind a desk and sound cool and have fun rants and stuff. But yo, I just don't agree with what you did here, sir. But that's okay. We can agree to disagree. And isn't
I'd like to kind of chime in real quick if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
And because it comes to competitive play, I can kind of agree you would limit streaming like streams and stuff like that. I think it's so that other teams can't do homework on people,
Right.
so that when they actually do play each other, it's kind of a surprise.
Definitely.
So I think they would be better. Now, as far as like everybody else, that plays just casually, sure, streaming it, whatever. But for those who are actually on teams, like there needs to be some element of surprise. It's kind of like a thing where you practice what you're good at. You look at video with other competitive events that a team has done to kind of get an idea of what they do. But I don't think that it's fair to just watch people's practicing. You know what I mean? I think that's
yeah, I agree with that. But so let me ask you this though.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about changing the meta during like the season?
So it's that's a tough question because changing the meta is something that I'm used to because I play card games and they're constantly changing the meta by adjusting how much something costs or what something does and things like that. So if they're doing it for the sake of balance because they notice something's off and they explain it, I think it's okay. But if they're not explaining why they're making these changes and why it's affecting the meta, then I think it's kind of a problem because we need to know why you're doing this
Right.
so that we don't feel cheated.
No, I agree. I agree. And so far from where I know, they have not explained why they're doing this. You know, my thing is like when you start recruiting players or changing people's roles for the meta to make the team work, and then you just go and you change the meta. Like you at least need to let Crew Dog with that raid. Isn't it a zombie map? Yeah, there is good. There, it's not a zombie map. I believe it's a zombie mode. I believe. Yo, Crew Dog, thank you so much for that raid. I hope you guys had a wonderful flight. Let me see what Warwick said. You have to say that again, Warwick, because you got lost in the feed. Like my thing is like this is like, if you're gonna change the meta, why not let the teams know before you change the meta? My thing, you know.
There should be some kind of like a website where you can go to that explains any kind of updates and changes. Because I mean, I know that they have a website where
Right,
you
right,
can
but
update the things.
they only do that after the update is live.
Mm,
See what I'm saying?
okay.
So my thing is like, at least give the team a memo, like the teams that are competing memos. Hey, such and such a date, we're gonna be your teams have this many days to do this, to make these changes because we're gonna be changing the meta to this.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's how
Yeah,
I
I
see it.
got you.
Handy kill cam is no big deal. Was a side question about Hearthstone. Oh, what's the question about Hearthstone? You'd be more entitled to ask OMG that question, not me. I haven't touched Hearthstone probably in 2 years, maybe.
And I did play a little bit, maybe 6 or 7 months ago,
What up, Dark
just to
Angel?
kind of
Go ahead.
see what it was like. And
Mhm.
I remember the game still being fun, but I don't remember really wanting to continue to play once I started playing Shadowverse. But yeah, but if you have a question about the game, I'll be happy to answer it.
Definitely.
Hopefully, it'll be something relevant that I can know that I didn't just change recently, because then I probably won't know.
I wanted to ask OMG if he thought that Hearthstone is wait. I wanted to ask OMG if he thought Hearthstone is is past it's past its glory days and seen the lights. Uh, yeah, he wanted to know basically it has is what are your thoughts on Hearthstone right now? Is it dead? Is it gone? Do you think that it still has life? You know what I'm saying? Like what are your thoughts on Hearthstone right now?
So I still think Hearthstone has life. I don't think it's dead, and I don't think it's dying anytime soon. So the thing about Hearthstone is that when it comes to like card games, especially being competitive, Hearthstone is actually the number one card game streamed on Twitch. As
Mm.
a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and segue into this subject because it kind of goes hand in hand.
It's
So I'm
pretty
actually
handy,
glad you
isn't
asked
it?
that question.
Sorry.
Yeah, really,
Uh,
really wonderful episode so far.
I know.
There's an article that actually shows comparisons to what the top 10 games that were streamed in 2018 and 2017. And so I'll just go ahead and discuss it since we're already here.
Might as well.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so first and foremost, no, Hearthstone's not dead. It's not dying anytime soon. And for right now, it is probably the number one trading card game, and as far as like virtual games, card games. Now, to kind of put it in perspective, in the year 2018, here are the top 10 most streamed games. We're going to start from number 10 and go up to the number one streamed game.
Mm-hmm.
So for number 10 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Nine
Ooh,
is World of
really?
Warcraft. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 was number 10 last
Wow.
year. World of Warcraft is number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch is number 8.
Yo.
Hearthstone, yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Sorry, I didn't get my.
No, you're good. So Hearthstone 7. Counter Strike is number 6. Let's see. PUBG is number. Dota 2 is number 4. IRL type streams or chatting streams are number 3. League of Legends is number 2, and then number 1, as you probably already know, is Fortnite.
Of
That was in
course.
2018. Now, 2017, the numbers are a little bit different because certain games hadn't released yet, but I'm going to go over those as well.
Okay.
So in 2017, number 10 was H1Z1.
Back when
Yep.
H1Z1 was alive.
Yeah, it was alive back then. The number 9 would have been Grand Theft Auto 5, so it was still there. World of Warcraft was number 8. IRL streams were number 7. Overwatch was number 6.
Oh.
Hearthstone, yeah. Hearthstone was actually number 5, so it was definitely in its prime more in 2017 than 2018. So that might put things into perspective. Maybe things might change this year. Counter Strike was number 4. Dota 2 was number 3. PUBG was number 2, and League of Legends was number 1.
Dang.
So maybe that might answer some of your questions there. I hope so. But yeah, I mean that's what the numbers are looking like right now.
I mean, I don't have a problem with Hearthstone as far as it being a game. I think the biggest problem I had is with Hearthstone is like it's just like the paywall. The paywall with Hearthstone. But there's a lot of people that will pay to play Hearthstone. Just like there's a lot of people that play to pay the new what you call it game that's out right now. Well, it's not new, but the card game. They actually made a virtual card game of it now. Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah.
Like I have a friend that freaking pays crap a load of money just to play that game. Well, I wouldn't say he's a friend. He's an acquaintance of a friend. So it's crazy. And sorry if I missed anything in chat. I accidentally close my chat. Because I tried to make it bigger so I can read it better. And I totally accidentally closed it, but it's open now. Wasn't Magic the Gathering out for a long time? No, it was never out. It was just more of a table to top game, right? Correct? Or am I wrong?
So yeah, it was tabletop in the beginning.
I'm gonna go use the restroom while you explain this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is more your topic.
But yeah, in the beginning, it was just tabletop, and they've always had Magic Online, but now I think sometime last year they were pushing more for the electronic Magic the Gathering, like on your phones and tablets and stuff like that. But yeah, Magic the Gathering, I mean, it's been around forever. It's pretty much like the first trading card game to ever really be a thing. And that's pretty much where all these games like Hearthstone, Shadowverse, Yu-Gi-Oh, that's where all of that came from, was Magic the Gathering. Like that was literally the first one. But as far as the other person's question from earlier, Hearthstone is not as popular as it once was, but it is still alive and it's kind of in its prime right now. I'm going to say probably by 2020, people are going to start not caring about the game. That's probably the best way that I can put it. So hopefully that puts things in more perspective for you. And these numbers that I was mentioning earlier, as far as like the top 10 games, they also mentioned that the YouTube and Microsoft were also, of course, big streaming things at the time, but Twitch has always been number 1. YouTube Gaming was number 2, and then Microsoft's Mixer has been basically number 3 the whole time. As far as YouTube Gaming, though, I don't know how long that's going to be a thing anymore, especially since, the whole YouTube Gaming ad thing that they tried to do in the past, they got rid of because it was not really clear what it was and what it was supposed to do. So I don't know as far as like how good that's going to be in the future. But overall, Twitch is still a big thing. Hearthstone's still a big thing, and I'm okay with that. I'm 100% fine with that. Twitch has come a long way, and everybody else is pretty much trying to copy it. And then Hearthstone's kind of come a long way, but it's dying down little by little. But let me go ahead and switch gears here. And I don't have access to see the chat, so unfortunately I'm not able to see any questions or responses because I'm not actually able to be on it. But I will go ahead and switch gears to another subject while Andy's gone. So let me go ahead and do that. So our little friends from a little company called Konami. So for those of you who don't know who Konami is, they are responsible for games like Contra. That's where the whole Konami code thing came into play, stuff like that. So you don't really hear much from Konami a whole lot these days because their focuses are kind of elsewhere. But apparently they're making a lot of money on their sports.
Thank y'all for the biddies. 120, 30,
that's actually
40,
what's making the money. And when I say sports games, I'm talking about more of the mobile sports gaming type stuff.
Look at all the biddies.
Apparently,
Thank y'all for the
that is a big
biddies.
money maker for Konami. And on top of that, their Yu-Gi-Oh game, Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links, is also keeping them on the map as well. So apparently, Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links is still relevant to some degree, not nearly as popular as Hearthstone or anything like that, but it's making Konami money because Yu-Gi-Oh has a fan base of people who are fans of the anime. Yu-Gi-Oh is a competitive card game too. Not as competitive as Magic the Gathering, but it is up there. As a matter of fact, I know people to this day who still actually play the game. So it's not going to be like something you're going to see streamed a lot because again, it's not a super popular thing. But
It's all good,
apparently,
boobies. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I was reading.
no, you're good. No, you're good. Actually, yeah, go ahead and read chat because I wasn't able to see it, so you may
Okay.
have to kind of respond to anything on there. So go ahead and
Okay.
catch up with chat real quick.
Okay. Abomination said, "I remember playing it online 5 years ago." Oh, and then he said, "You still have cards?" Someone told me that Wizards. I don't know.
Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, Wizards has planets on the tabletop card battle formula. So other card games can't be similar to Magic. Magic unless they are video games. Warwick said so next year. And that's it. And that's pretty quick. And let's see what else. Abomination said, "I didn't even know YouTube gaming existed till I saw YouTubers talk about it." Well, YouTube gaming is now pretty much dead. It's now just all. It's not that it's dead. It's all under one hub now. Then Boobies with the biddies. Thank you, Boobies. No reason to apologize. I'm actually trying to figure out how to turn down the biddy song, honestly, because when I play BRs, it's like super loud, and every time I've tried to turn it down, it doesn't stay turned down, even though I hit save settings. I don't know why, but yeah. So don't feel bad. It's my fault. Love Konami, even though if they are split with, I can't say that word. And Abomination said, "LOL boobies," and then Abomination said, "Konami also did what is that? Silent Hill. Konami did do Silent Hill, correct? I think so.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, because while you were gone, I mentioned how Konami right now is still making money because right now they have a lot of mobile sports titles that are all of a sudden making them money, but their Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is also keeping them on the map as well. So that's kind of that's why they're mentioning Konami right now. I went ahead and brought that up too.
Did I hear about Spirit Break, the BR? Yes, I did. I wish I could play it, but I can't because I don't have a gaming PC. It's not out for console. I don't think it's gonna be coming out for console. Silent Hill. Silent Hill is one of my favorite games too. And normally I'm not into like very evil, demonic games, but I like the puzzles in Silent Hill. I actually like. Spirit Break is out, or Spellbreak is out now. Yes. It is coming out for consoles, but it's not out for consoles. Believe it or not, that's the thing. That's the game I feel that's going to. I mean, I know Apex Legends is cool, and it's taken off. It has the player base like Fortnite did. But if I had to compare a game to Fortnite, as far as like the look, the feel, the outside craziness, the out of the wall stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, like the unorthodox thinking of a battle royale, I would say Spellbreak is on that same level. Just because the way that it is. Hideo Kamaji made Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid when he worked for Konami. Yes, Silent Hill in fact, that's why I freaking tried Silent Hill, was because it was the same makers of Metal Gear Solid. Because normally I'm not into scary games. I'm not anything like, I don't know. It's not that it's because of who I am in God. It's actually because I have this weird thing, like games that are meant to scare me, movies that are meant to scare me, because they're meant to scare me, like I don't get scared. Same thing with comedies, like I barely laugh at a comedy. Like it'd be something really, really, really funny, and I don't laugh. And my wife was like, "Why you don't laugh?" I was like, "Because their goal is to make me laugh, and I don't want to make that goal easy." I was like, "It's not." I was like, I just don't laugh. It's weird. Like I'm weird. I'm handy. That's all I can say. I missed out on Silent Hill, and the movie didn't help at all. Well, the movies never are good. I don't even think the Resident Evil movies were that great. Maybe the first one, only because the chick was hot, you know. But other than that, like, I'm fine. The chick was hot in the Resident Evil movies, and I could say that because that was before I was married. So
I have rights.
I have rights. Anything before I was married, I can speak of. You know what I'm saying? And now we won't speak of if she's hot now or not. We won't speak. Just know before I was married, she was hot. But
before and after is real.
yes, the before and after. So I don't know. And to go back on what Warwick was saying, here's my thing about Shadowverse and Hearthstone. I feel like right now Shadowverse doesn't have strong enough legs. Not saying that it doesn't have legs in the competitive scene. The legs are just starting to grow in the competitive scene as far as with Shadowverse, as the competitive scene in Hearthstone has already been established and is very strong. So, with that said, I don't think that Hearthstone's going away anywhere time soon. I just think what it is for Hearthstone, they have a hard time getting new people into the game. You know what I'm saying? Because of the paywall. You know what I'm saying? But the people that have already been playing Hearthstone for years and have done really well at Hearthstone, they're comfortable they're comfortable with the paywall, and they're already well established, so it's all good. You feel me? So but the ones that are new, they're gonna end up going to Hearthstone. They need to do some leg. Yeah. Get swole. These games are called. The game out called Stonehearth, and what? I don't even and it's confused. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Abomination. It's crazy, man. Whatever happened to that game? Did you ever do any research on that one card game that came out called, what is it called, Amulet or something?
Artifact.
Artifact.
So, from what I've been told, it is a game that requires you to spend money to really progress, which I kind of find annoying.
Because that
Like you're
makes the
better off
game
playing
great.
Hearthstone. Yeah, I mean you're better off playing Hearthstone than that, in all honesty. Um, but if you can get behind the paywall, supposedly it's a really good game. So I don't know.
Well, I won't be playing that game.
Yeah, it's not something I'm interested in at all. But I mean,
Warwick said Artifact has suffered. It was hype and at the beginning, but it has died down a bit. It's supposed to be really deep card game. Well, have you
yeah.
tried it, Warwick? That is the question inquired minds want to know. Inquired minds would like to know, has Warwick? I haven't. I have not. Yeah. I've watched streamers. See, like none of the card guys I've watched has ever streamed Artifact. I actually haven't been watching a lot of Shadowverse streams only because like me and you we're on a whole different wave, and so a lot of people don't understand our wave as far as it is when it comes to Shadowverse. So
Mm.
it's kind of hard to relate and talk and chat with other Hearthstone streamers, or not Hearthstone streamers, but Shadowverse streamers, because when you talk to them about like what we're on, they're like, "Huh? That doesn't make no sense." You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So unless you're like, I don't ever watch Blue Reboots live streams. I always watch his videos. So, but on Twitch, people are on a whole different wavelength than what me and you play anyway.
Okay.
Your ways, yo, I like your ways. What up, crew dog? How you doing, man? How you
Good to
doing
see
this?
you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I know you had a wonderful stream. I was in and out. I was in Warwick's stream. He was actually like he was actually building a website, which is really cool. I didn't even know Warwick was into building websites. It was like actually really cool to watch. Anybody to see somebody create things is kind of cool to watch. I don't know. Just to see somebody be creative. We are awesome. We are awesome. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, but I'm good. God had me up at 5 o'clock in the morning praying, so I'm awake. I'm a noob that in that aspect. But hey, you know what though? And here's the beautiful thing about it. Like, this is why at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter if you had like 100 viewers or 1 viewer or anything, because like you're documenting it, right? So now if you, which I recommend you doing this, save save that what is it gonna say? Save that stream, right? Whether you save it on your computer, save it on your make it a highlight, something. So later on, when you become this amazing web designer, you can go back to that one video or that one stream that you did when you barely were starting and you were a noob, and you can look back and you can look at your progress, or that one time like when you're like, man, I don't know if this is for me, or I'm frustrated because I can't get this sorted, like, and then you can go back and you can look how far you came, bro, and you can be like, dang, I need to quit beating myself up. I do that sometimes with my stream. Sometimes I'm like, man, sometimes I just feel like I'm stale, right? And then I go back and I look back on my stream and I'm like, dang, man, look how far I came. You know what I'm saying? Wow, look how far Handy Kill Cam has came since from 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Look how far the podcast has came since 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I do that, like, and it's funny because I have every, like, believe it or not, this is weird. I have every podcast saved on my. I have it saved in video form and I have it saved in audio form, so I can go back to the very first episode where me and OG did, and I can be like, dang, look how far we came. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's all growth. It's all growth. It's all baby steps. and it's amazing to see how far this podcast has come. Yo, Warwick, thank you so much for that host, man. Thank you so much, man. But yeah, it's definitely amazing and great to see how far. It's great to see, people create things, because again, that's something nobody else can do. Nobody can like reduplicate you. And that's why I always say in streaming, and I think I'm gonna put this back into the podcast too, where we talk about like streaming tips. People have been asking for it, so I'm gonna give you this like one streaming tip, right? Always make it to where you put yourself in your stream to where it's a part of you that nobody else can duplicate. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what separates you from everybody else. Anybody can stream Fortnite. Anybody can stream, Apex. Anybody can stream the game that that anybody else is streaming. But what part of streaming can you put in your stream that Ninja can't put in this stream, that Courage can't put in this stream, that Warwick can't put in this stream? Because that's what's going to get people to come back, is to see the part that they can't see, the you. Because I can't copy Warwick. Warwick is his own person. I can't copy Crew Dog, who is his own person. So what can I do to put myself into my stream to make my stream my own identity? And to me, that's what makes a successful streamer. Even if the numbers are not huge, you always want to make it to where biceps and a big skull. Yeah. Until they come out with cloning, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I hope they don't come up with cloning. But, you know what I'm saying? Until, that happens, you can't duplicate, a person's, self. Just like OG, he does his own thing with his videos. He does stuff that, nobody does in his videos. You know what I'm saying? He has his own style, his own swag, and if you don't know, you need to go check out his videos. Promise you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got it. And it was a shameless plug too. Man, if they come up with my productivity, it's gonna go through the roof. Yo, I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? I'd be able to do the podcast. I'd be able to do YouTube videos. Like, the main thing that I have a hard time doing YouTube videos is because I just don't have time. I don't have time. I still need to do the server thing that Crew Dog gave me the rights to do, and I still got to do it. But my freaking wheelchair broke, and I want to do it with the green screen. And rip, I'm so excited to do a video with the green screen. You're just a giant, scary guy who complains about the internet speed all day. Yeah. And no, you don't just complain about internet speed, you complain about your food not coming right and being delivered right. You can't forget about the food, man. You always got to speak about the food abomination. Always. So, yeah, I don't know where we are in the show right now, but I think we are to... Wait, are we to me or to you? I don't even know.
It's going to be you. I've been kind of chatting a bit here, so
okay.
If you have something you want to go ahead and go through, go ahead.
Definitely. We can talk about... there's a lot of things to talk about right now as far as gaming goes to say. People are a little skeptic about... I don't know, man. It seems like Apex was the game, and then now a lot of people are uninstall. And I don't know. I think it's just because people want duos and solos. I'm gonna say this again. I don't think solos is good for Apex. As much as it would be cool, I think it has to have a certain type of game mode for it to be in Apex. And supposedly there's going to be a new game mode coming out in Apex. I don't know if it came out today. It would be if it did come out today, it would be very interesting to see if it came out today. But I think it was just the gun. I'm gonna double check on that real quick. before I go on and say, oh no, this didn't happen or this happened, and then it did happen, and then people be in my DMs, well, you know, this happened, that happened, and I'm like, oh, my bad.
Whoops.
Whoops. Um, oh, I went to the wrong thing. That is not Flipboard. That is Twitch. Why do I want to watch Twitch? Yeah. So yeah, it looks like right now the only thing that it is the what you call it, the new gun. So I don't know what the new game mode is gonna be, but I don't know, man. I think people that are not good at Apex hate Apex because there's a lot of things that people don't understand about Apex. Um, Apex is a different type of shooter. I'm starting to believe the myth that there is no aim assist in the game. I really am. And let me tell you why. Because if there is aim assist in the game, it's very little. Very, very little. Because let me tell you what. I went to Blackout yesterday, and I had like 7 to 8 kills. And this was off stream, of course. It's never on stream where I can document it. And you'd be like, well, Handy, why did you do so well? Well, because on Apex, I have to aim like a lot more to get my shot. On Call of Duty, it seemed like it was easier. And I think it's because of the aim assist. So I really started to think about it. I'm like, well, wait, maybe they're onto something. Maybe the aim assist is not in the game. But then I started to think about it, and I'm like, but if y'all don't know, here's a little backstory about Respawn. Respawn was actually the people that helped make the Modern Warfare games. And it's going to help me segue back to this, to the next Call of Duty. Apparently, Respawn helped make the Modern Warfare game, so their aim style and stuff is kind of the same. The only thing they changed was the recoil wasn't random. They changed it to where it was bless you. Don't you be getting sick on me now. I can't do the show by myself. Okay? Jesus. Don't you be getting sick. They went to Shroud, or actually Shroud went to them and was like, let's add a more basic pattern style recoil. You know what I'm saying? And well, they did. So I'm a little curious to wonder, like, why they didn't add them. If they did add a little bit, Respawn didn't help make Call of Duty. No, they didn't help make. No. That's not what I meant. The people that are on Respawn before they went to Respawn helped make Call of Duty. That's what I meant to say. If you actually look, before they were Respawn, before they started Respawn, they came from the Call of Duty family. Kind of like when Medal of Honor, when Medal of Honor broke off and they made Call of Duty. The Respawn company originated from people that broke off from, I think it was Modern Warfare, and then they broke off and then they made Respawn. No, I know Respawn didn't make Call of Duty. That's not what I was saying. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think though. So like, I don't know, like I'm starting to believe the myth that maybe aim assist is not in. Maybe aim assist is not in the Apex, yeah. And then I started to do more research about the curve, and then I found out that the curve is actually different types of aim acceleration. It had nothing. I thought it had to do with aim assist. If it was raw input, then the aim assist would be gone. No, actually, the raw input is but Hold on. Who they are, Zimmer and yeah, okay. I was just saying like that's the research that I got that supposedly that Respawn like that like some of them branched off from like they helped do with Call of Duty before they were Respawn. So I don't know, man. Again, I'm not trying to be negative or anything like that. I was just saying like um you know, it's just crazy. Like I wonder if it is actually in the game or not. But like I said, I was going about the curves, and I found out that the curve is more of a what you call it, um, aim speed, and so the more the like if you want your cursor to go faster, like the more it's more responsive to your stick, then you're gonna want to like basically continue. Like the way I figured it out was okay, so like classic is pretty much like like regular aim speed, like, but then like you go if you go further the other direction, like to the right, it's like more responsive, so you're gonna go faster. So say like you like playing on a 3, but the 3 is too fast, then go to steady, and then if it's still not fast enough, then go um to the next one or the next one. And I was thinking about this because I know Dark Angel, she's like on a faster what you call it, uh like a turn speed, but she says it's not fast enough. And I was thinking, I was like, man, if she was to switch from a raw input or a what's the second one below raw input? I can't remember. But or the next one, she would actually be going a lot faster, like how she wants to, like in Fortnite. So it's just a little crazy. And that's why I say I think a lot of people that are like because I've seen like a lot of tweets, you know, uninstall Apex uninstall. I think some people are just having a hard time aiming or just getting a little frustrated. And it's mostly the people on console. A lot of the people on console are the ones that are getting frustrated from the tweets that I've seen, and I think a lot of it has to do with the aim. And I think we just gotta aim is pretty strong on Apex, but it works. The first shot, the first shot is pretty strong, but it only works though. Whoa. He said, DB said, aim assist is pretty strong on Apex. It only works for the first shot when aiming down sights. The massive recoil of the guns with a barrel stock, I think, maybe throwing you off without a barrel stock. It could be, and you know, I don't know. It might be. I still enjoy the game. I think the game's fun. I think the one thing that's gonna maybe like hurt Apex is them not coming out with good updates. I'm actually curious to see what this new update is like, because if it's just a new gun, like, then I'm a little skeptic. I know Xbox was having a lot of issues, and I did read something this morning about patch notes from yesterday, I believe, that they tried to fix some of the Xbox issues. I do not know if they're fixed because I really don't play a lot of Xbox Apex. And plus, the main issue that was supposedly crashing it was legendary stuff, and I don't have any legendary stuff for Apex on Xbox. So, but I mean, we'll have to see how long it grows, because it like I said, it's been breaking records already. You know, tournaments have been happening already. Like I said, for this game to last and for it to stay where it needs to have content. Like I said, I don't know. I really don't know right now. If I was to pick the better two updates between the two right now, I would have to say that right now Black Ops is winning as far as updates go, just because of content. I necessarily don't agree with what, um, you know, Call of Duty is doing with their update. I think it's stupid as far as changing the loot system. There was no reason to change the loot system. The only thing they had to do is just get better loot. Um, you know, right now they're, if you're giving people loot crates and stuff, what's the point if your loot sucks? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole thing.
Mhm.
If the loot sucks, you make me want to get loot boxes. Right now, there's no reason for me to get loot boxes. As far as I did see custom wingsuits, so we'll have to see. And this is what I'm gonna do each week, or each every 2 weeks. I'm gonna see who comes out with the better updates. And so right now, as far as of right now, until further notice, right now Call of Duty is winning this update. Right now, Call of Duty's winning this update war. I'm gonna do update wars. Update wars. I think that'd be kind of
And
cool.
this may change probably within the next maybe 2 or 3 months when newer gamers are more on their feet. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Black Ops right now is probably, up there.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you have for us?
Well, so we've mentioned in the past that Activision Blizzard has been struggling a lot.
Oh,
Um,
I was gonna bring that up too.
and
Go ahead.
so I don't know if you have the same article, but this is actually something I wanted to bring up last week, but of course we didn't do the show. But Activision Blizzard is supposed to be laying off hundreds of staff members. This would have been last week. This would have happened. So basically, that it claims that the Call of Duty and Overwatch firm is going to be announcing the cuts on Tuesday, February 12th. Upon releasing its financials, the figure could likely be in the hundreds as Activision tries to boost its profits. There's no indication which parts of the game giant are going to be affected by these layoffs, but no doubt we'll find out more about the Jobs investor call. So basically, they're laying off a lot of people for different projects for the sake of basically trying to save some money. They've been struggling a lot these past few months, especially with the whole announcement of them pushing more mobile stuff, which has been making a lot of people upset. It's been a downhill spiral from there, and so I'm gonna have to keep watching Blizzard and Activision to see, exactly what happens over the month. But I kind of fear for them right now. They don't seem to be doing so well.
Yeah, they gave one of their, they gave Destiny to Bungie. I mean, they gave Destiny to Bungie. You know what I mean? They let Bungie, have Destiny. I don't know, man. From what I heard, it was only for, supposedly, it was only the marketing team that got laid off. It was all marketing, so it shouldn't be that bad. But I mean, that could just be all impressed too. I mean,
So, like I said, these are reported numbers. These are what they're expecting. So they were expecting to lay off a few hundred. Now, I haven't read any updates since then, but that was the report a little over a week and a half ago that they were going to try to lay a few people off. So, or a few hundred people off, possibly. So, hopefully, not too many jobs are lost, and hopefully they can get right on track. I mean, they still make games. They're still making money, but they're just not making enough profits at this point. So they're trying to find ways to make money.
Don't they still own freaking the makers of Candy Crush?
Or no, I don't think they have anything to do with Candy Crush.
They don't. I thought Activision bought Candy King. I thought they bought King. I thought.
Okay.
I thought.
I'll have to look into that, but I don't remember.
I mean, they still got avenues of money, just not the money. And DB, I saw what you said. You said that the TDK is crazy right now, and like nobody's happy with the update. Yeah, honestly, dude, like I'm not. As far as like the quality of update, I'm not happy with what they did. I already ranted on Call of Duty earlier about like it was stupid for them to nerf the Maddox into the ground, especially right before 100 team get to play, and they just move freaking what's his face to the Maddox role so he can play, and then like what was it the next day, the next day they freaking nerf the Maddox. Yes, they own Candy Crush. Yeah, see, I was right. They own Candy Crush.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they're still making money, and I believe they own Hearthstone too. At least Blizzard does.
The Blizzard part does, yeah, and Blizzard owns Overwatch. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're not hurting, but it hurts. You know what I mean?
Their profit amount is not as high as they would like it to be. Like they're still in the positive, but they want to be more in the positive.
They're
And
not
that's what-
EA. Well, EA was in the red until Apex. Apex actually brought EA back up, which is not fair because EA had nothing to do with Apex in a sense.
Mhm.
They published it, but they had nothing to do as far as making the game. You know what I mean? Like they had no insight. So I mean, Respawn saves EA, I guess.
Someone's
got
to do it.
Somebody got to do it. It definitely ain't gonna be no Madden game. That's for sure.
Nah. Mm-mm. Now that's a game that I think is probably dying down, because I have coworkers at work who play sports games, but the only sports games they talk about are NBA.
Yeah,
Really, that's it.
dude.
NBA 2K or whatever.
And you know what's sad? It's like NBA 2K. Well, the 2K games are not even made well anyway. So I mean, but they are definitely better than the Madden games. 2K is such a strong fan. Could you imagine? Then let's think about this for a second. Could you imagine if 2K got behind a BR or SPS shooter? Chat. Like really do it. I know they did it before because I think they make Homefront. Yeah, see, layoffs have affected Activision's publishing, Blizzard King, and some Activision studios, including High Moon. Yeah, so I mean it wasn't that serious, but if there was a 2K football, no, there was a 2K football though. Who remembers Dreamcast? One of the games that came out for Dreamcast was NFL 2K, I believe.
I think so too. Let me research that, but I think I have seen.
And
that.
it was garbage. It was trash. It was trash. Like that was like a major L. That was a major L. And I think 2K is scared to take that venture again. I don't know if they're really scared, but I think
honestly. What was funny is according to IGN back in the day, it was actually rated a 9.7 out of 10.
That was a paid advertisement.
But yeah, NFL 2K was an actual thing. And you were right. It actually came out for the Sega Dreamcast. It was the original NFL 2K.
Dude,
absolutely right.
I remember my friend, right? Like this is how cool my choir teacher was. Okay, the day that the Dreamcast came out, I had a friend. I won't say his name, but he was a big time into gaming. We're actually friends on Facebook, and he's still a big time gamer. He pre-ordered the Sega Dreamcast, and my choir teacher like let him leave, go get the Sega Dreamcast and bring it and hook it up, and we all got to check it out in class. It was pretty dope. My choir teacher was like the ish, but like, and I remember, dude, like he got I think it was the football 2K, and it was trash. It was so trash.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what I just found here, it says, as the foremost 2K title, it marked the beginning of a running athletic series that eventually led to the spinning off of 2K Sports publishing business under the name of 2K Sports. Upon the Dreamcast discontinuation, the series continued to be published for other sixth-generation game systems and became the chief competitor of the Madden series. However, After the competitive prices of NFL 2K5 significantly reduced sales of that year's Madden release, EA signed an exclusivity deal with the NFL that made Madden NFL the only series allowed to use NFL teams and player names.
Well, there you go. That's the only. There's the reason why. There's the reason why nobody's challenged Madden. Nobody can.
Because EA has the exclusive rights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about that. But yeah, that was the thing.
Yep. So until that deal is broken, like there's no part of any of this, whether or not the league is willing to lawfully able to license another developer. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to. You know. Well, yeah, but I mean, look who does it though. You got NBA Live. I mean, I'm sorry. NBA Live is so. Ugh. It's not. NBA Live is not what it used to be back in the day, man. I miss NBA Live back in the day. Remember NBA Live 99?
99.
99 was the game, bro. Y'all don't
It was.
understand. Y'all don't understand, man. If streaming was, dude, I'm telling you, if streaming was what it was back in the day, yo, me and OG would be on the top because me and this dude, we would sit down and we would, yo, Ron, thank you so much for that. Host up to the 4 viewers, thank you so much. Me and this dude would literally sit down and we would do a franchise, right?
Yep.
And we would play full games, and we created every player on our team. Like every player on our team was created, and they were all our friends. Unfortunately, mine were family members, so a lot of mine were lanes. Cause
I remember that.
Cause my mother's maiden name is Lane. So like you'd have Lane comes to the, and it was all different types of lanes. Cause one was a lot of them were different ethnics and stuff. So it was funny. It was fun, and then it would always come down to me and OG in the NBA finals.
Yeah, it was great.
And we would go hard. We would go so hard, and then we'd end up either beating each other by 1 or 2 points. It was such good games. Such. Good games.
Yeah, it was such a blast. I mean, I remember the one time it was such a hype moment, but I couldn't stay. As we were like in the middle of the series, and I had to go to work soon. And like right before I had to go to work, it was the middle of the season. It was me versus you, and we were both like, "Oh!" We were just both so hyped, and I was like, "I can't stay."
Yeah, I know. It was so good.
Yeah.
Why wasn't YouTube created then?
Yeah, we would totally put videos on that.
Dude, I would, even if it didn't do well as a video, dude, I would love to just go back and watch it.
Oh yeah,
you know,
kind of as like a history kind of thing.
Yeah. Just to go back and watch it. Like I want to go back and watch our freaking GoldenEye tournaments, dude.
Oh yeah, GoldenEye and a Perfect Dark videos. I think we actually had some Smash Brothers too, like the original Smash. In 64, we actually had some of those recorded too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I lost all of my VHS tapes. I don't know. Yeah, they're all on VHS, by the way, not DVD, VHS.
Yes.
Okay?
Back
when
TV combos were cool. All the kids had them, and we would just record, and then we even recorded we recorded us beating Final Fantasy.
Yeah, not the entire game, but we recorded like the ending dungeon and the fight against Sephiroth and everything. Yeah, I used to have all that.
Yep, and that just reminds me of the one game I actually love playing, and I wish they would bring back. It was a third-person shooter, Wingback 64.
Oh, Winback, yeah.
Yeah, Winback 64. That game, man.
That has potential. Like the voice acting was terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like if anyone's ever played the game, remember like playing the story and hearing the voice acting. The voice acting was horrible, but the story itself was actually pretty good. And then like the tactics that you could use for as old as that game was or is was amazing because you can hide behind walls and you can peek out and shoot. You had a little laser sight on your pistol where you could shoot, laser sights away so you don't get killed automatically. It was very challenging, very good. I mean, you had limited ammo, so you had to be careful about how much ammo you wasted. That game was super in depth for its time. It
Yeah,
really was.
yeah, and you know that the tactics that it had, the game could totally the same tactics could be used today, and it could be the game could be amazing. Like
Oh yeah.
you wouldn't have to change the mechanics in the game. The
I mean,
graphic,
basically, that's kind of you know what? Now that I think about it, it's kind of what Gears of War is. It's like a past version of Gears of War because Gears of
yeah,
War you can hide behind walls, you can do rolls. You know, it's actually that's what it reminds me of what Gears of War would have been in its like creating infancy phase.
yeah.
Without all the, of course, the monsters and stuff, because these were actually like just humans and whatnot. But
Uh,
you know, that's kind of what it reminds me of.
DB says MLG founder Mike Sapozo joins 100 Thieves and board of directors. Can we say stacked? Can we say 100
Mm.
Thieves stacked? Like, you got Drake, you got all these other people. I'm telling you, man, Courage is going to 100T. He's still at Nate Shot's house, isn't he? He's still at Nate Shot's house, isn't he? I bet you I go look on Twitch right now. He's on. I bet you he's at Nate Shot's house. I'm looking on Twitch on my Xbox right now. I'm gonna find out. Let me find out, Courage. You at Nate's house? Let me find out. Yo, I mean, they're literally the Warriors. Is Bezoid okay? Yeah, Bezoid is stepping down for right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not going to discuss the matter. But as far as his you know the what he posted on Twitter as far as the hospital and ER stuff, yeah, he's fine. That that's not irrelevant of why. So, but just as of right now, he stepped down. Let me see. Actually, he's not streaming right now. What? I don't get to know. But I mean, you know, my thing is like 100T is like they got everybody as far as like to attraction to get people to join, you know, to get people to join the org. Like that's what I guess it's like crazy. It's like how can you lose when you have all these people on your squad? But it's like why do you need all these people on your squad though? You know, and then it just makes Optic look like meh. It makes all these other teams look meh, and you know that's what you know normal people are looking. But at the same time, I'm looking at Nation. I'm like, okay, you got all this power, but what are you doing with it? You know, you got all these teams on your squad, but yet you got Ninja in Walmart. Did you know that? They are selling Ninja merchandise on Walmart.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, he is, you know, a name brand. You know what I mean? I mean, when you win Streamer of the Year or Content Creator of the Year, excuse me, and you know are really top on Twitch and everything. I mean, that's liable to get you somewhere.
You know, as much as people want to hate on it, like I see it as a good thing. It's a good thing for us streamers to know that, you know, that one day, you know,
That could happen to you.
yeah,
You
that
could
could,
be up
yeah,
there.
you
You
could
could
be
get
up
to
there.
that. You know.
You could have your own merchandise up in Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he's probably not the top streamer right now, but he did smart with the money that he had. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I'm sure he's doing good. I mean, I don't think he's like complaining
he's
at
not
all.
hurting. He's not hurting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's not scrounging. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He's not saying, you know what? I need to make this money. Why can't I go to I can't go to follower channels on my Xbox for some reason. Why?
Mm-hmm.
As a part of 100 Thieves board, he will be using the experience to help companies achieve large ambitions. Huh. I wonder what those ambitions are.
Hmm.
I wonder what those ambitions are. What if 100T like acquires Optic? My wife said this the other day.
Hmm.
Yo, can't wait for I'm telling you, man. Grandpa Viagra at Walmart.
Mm-mm-mm.
So since we're talking about esports teams and making big moves, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Well, I don't know if it's really an elephant in the room, but Optic House 2.0 thoughts? Can't Grandpa say can't wait for Grandpa Viagra to be in Walmart. I think it is. You just need your own code for that. Yeah. Yeah, just call it
You
call
still
it
grandpa.
yeah, or just call it Jack. We'll name it after your
Mm-hmm.
donkey. Code Jack. How you doing today, Grandpa? Much love, man. I hope you're feeling better, man. I miss you, man. Gang idea, wrong personalities. Nothing beats. Yo, here's my thing though, man. The code Stiffy. Code.
Nice.
Um, here's my thing. Like, I don't know. I agree with you. I think some people should definitely not be there, and I believe some people should be there. I think I'm happy Big Timer's there, but I'm not happy Big Timer's there at the same time because it's like, bro, like you were comfortable in your own life. Now you're gonna go and uproot your life again, and like, cause look at it like this. Once you like middle aged dude and you start living on your own and you start having your life, it's hard to live with people. It's I don't care what anybody says. It's hard to live with people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I've had people, lots of my friends ask, "Hey, we should be roommates," and I'm like, "Nah." Not that I don't respect them or anything, but when you live with somebody, that means that you have to kind of what you normally do would have to change, and that might be a problem for you or the other person or both. And that could mess up friendships. That's why I don't like doing roommates. Like unless it's someone that I'm with, as far as like a life partner, I'm not really down with the whole roommate thing. I know why people do it, and it makes sense, because it's hard to pay bills just by yourself or you and one person. If you get like three or four people living together, you can afford things better. I get that, but your home life is not exactly what you want it to be either. So there is a little bit of give and take there.
Yeah, I agree. Flamethrower needs to ride away off in his motorcycle. Mbos needs to go, and Big Timer just needs to stop hiding in his room 23 hours a day. Agreed, man. Like you know, at least with Big Timer having his own house, he was just in his house. It's like I don't know, man. I don't know. And then he's got his cats, and I'm like, bro, what you gonna do with your cats, man? And he was just
Mm.
like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave him in the room unless I'm, outside, and I supervise him or whatever. And I'm like, bro, it's just crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I get it. They have all lived with each other before. I think what I really think it's gonna do is gonna help. It's gonna help Manic, cause Manic needs to be around people. You know what I'm saying? Like Manic needs to be. Manic's that dude that like I think that he would do well when he's like around people. He's like when he's like alone or whatever. He's just like don't wanna be bothered. You know what I'm saying? But when he's like around his people, he's good. I think it. Again, I don't know these people. Again, I just know what media shows me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, I don't know. You know, and that's the one thing I've been like learning, like you, and I've been like learning like for like man, yes, manic, yes, manic, not mantic, manic. One thing I've been learning, like in this past couple of weeks or whatever, you only know when it comes to like media, social media, YouTube, whatever. You only know what people show you. Like, you never know the full person. Like, once that camera goes off, once that phone's down, whatever, you like, you know, Handy, this part of Handy. You don't know the Handy that turns off the computer, goes and sits down, and whatever. You only know what goes in my life, what I post. So it's like, you know, again, you know, at the end of the day, for all we know, it may work wonderful. He says Hector was the only thing keeping the Hot Optic House in the limelight. You can only take so many children prank videos a day. Yo, I know. What are we talking about? We're talking about Optic restarting, and they're redoing the house. And redoing the house. We're talking about
before that, we were also talking about how, like, you know, people who stream are getting noticed by other companies and being able to get merchandise and stuff like that. You know, because of how popular they are, like Ninja and whatnot.
I think that's I think it's a beautiful thing. Go ahead, sorry.
And there's actually, this is also happening with YouTube as well. Not with the YouTube company, but with other companies using YouTube creators. There was another article that I was going to bring up too, so it kind of goes hand in hand. There's a digital media firm called Pocket Watch that launched a new game division called PW Games. They're going to publish mobile and console titles featuring well-known YouTube personalities. They actually did this last year. Also, no, it was December of 2018. There's a game called Tag with Ryan. Was the first game that they did. It was released on the App Store and Google Play. And then the Free Endless Runner series runner sees someone named Ryan, who's the star of the YouTube channel Ryan Toys Reviews. So they're using that guy's channel as a way to push him, and they actually made a game based off of him, which, you know, is interesting. So yeah, you, whether you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch, there are many opportunities out there. And now this particular person has over 18 million subscribers. So they're definitely using people that are obviously up there in the numbers. Now, I've never heard of this person, by the way, but apparently this person's such a big deal that they made a video game based off of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that dude either, honestly.
Yeah.
DB said Ninja is just very marketable character person. Shroud may have or will soon break Ninja's record, but is not marketable. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Shroud is not marketable at all, and you know, marketing is a big thing. You know, it's. But here's where marketing is bad. Like, being marketable is bad. It's one thing if you're being marketable and that's who you are, but I don't like it when you're being marketable and then that's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're marketable on stream, but yet you're not marketable, like, behind closed doors, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like, say you're marketable, right? OG, and then I go and meet, and like, you not on stream or whatever, and then I go and meet you on, like, the street or whatever, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're all, F you, punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, that bothers me. Bothers me. Yeah. That bothers me. Because, you know, to me, like, you're like just selling a part of yourself that isn't real.
It's almost like being an actor, in all honesty.
Yeah,
because,
I guess so, huh? Yeah.
Roles, you know, and then you see them in the street. If they're one way, it's cool, but if they're not really marketable, then you can tell. It's obvious.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I can say about me. I can speak for myself. Whether if you think I'm marketable or not, like, I'm me. Like, I could totally go like, that's kind of silly. This is a live entertainment platform. Damn, OG reading my mind. Yo, I'm telling you, man, OG got some powers, though. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't say. I mean, low key already admitted he works for Nintendo.
Here he goes again.
He did. You already put it down. Look, this is what he said. He said, I work for a company that allows that if people see anything that doesn't belong on their accounts, such as Nintendo purchases, PlayStation purchases, if anything looks weird on their account, they call me. So he already admitted that he works for Nintendo. You missed it.
He's a little off, but I'll let him have it.
Whatever. I'm always a little off. That's what makes me
It's
entertaining.
all good.
That's what makes me entertaining. If I wasn't off, then I'd be boring.
Fair enough.
I can pull more out. What? Oh my god. Are we cod than that? But so I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, you're right. I guess it's acting. You know what I'm saying? But it just.
Well, I'm not saying that streaming is acting, but I was making a comparison to where if you're an actor, when you're outside of acting, you should be marketable. You should be someone that people can approach and then not be like weird. I'm not saying that everybody needs to crowd them when they're out eating and trying to have their own
Right.
personal
No.
life.
But
Like be just a good person in general, and that's what I mean as far as streaming too. Like you do your thing on streaming, but when you're outside of streaming, whether you're on or off camera, you still need to portray a decent image that makes you marketable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, totally. Like I could tell you, like, cause when I first started streaming, I just didn't give a duck. But then, like, after like my mom died, and then I started realizing like kids were actually paying attention to me, and then I was like, oh crap. Like I don't want
to change my ways.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy because, like, I was serious about my relationship with with my faith, but I wasn't like
You weren't as involved there.
I wasn't as involved as I was, and then it was crazy because like as the more I started streaming, the more my relationship with my faith started going too, and it was crazy. And then it just started growing and going, and then and then Ghost just said you sucked when you just started. Not much has changed. Oh my Jesus, Ghost. Whatever, me. LOL. I joke. You're done real good. Yeah, you too, Ghost. You really. I mean, you have been able to grow a Discord community like no other, and that's awesome. And you're able to pretty much like get it popping and stuff, and that's really good. So I can rage in person just like I do on stream. Let me try that. Yo, you do. I'm pretty sure you do that when you drive. When I was watching your vlog, dude, I was so thinking like, okay, I'm gonna see him. Oh, you talking about Grandpa? I thought you talking about Ghost, but I can see Ghost doing that too. Yes, Grandpa, you can rage in real life, Grandpa. I've seen you. You can't rage at work. Yeah, we both sucked when we first started. Well, here's the thing. Yo, he would drop a tier 3 sub for that content. Yo, could you imagine a Grandpa IRL stream though? Man. Yo. A Grandpa IRL stream, let's go. Get ground. He's got that new iPhone, right? You got a new iPhone, Grandpa? There you go. Set it up on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Get you the app. Start freaking streaming IRL. Let's go. Grandpa, new stream coming soon. IRL.
Yeah, IRL is one of the top 10 type of things that people watch. So
he did Periscope. Yeah, I know he did Periscope, but like I don't know. Periscope's weird, man. I don't know about Periscope, man. And then how do people stream like as far as like games on Periscope? Like, cause I see people streaming like on Periscope, but like they're actually streaming game, and it's not from their phone. It's like I saw somebody streaming Apex. Like, I'm like, how is that a thing? Teach me. Not that I want to do it, but I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can. I will. What do you? I will. I'll wait till lunch with you. Till lunch with Handy. Yo, when you he can be a customer. Yo, I'm down. When you coming back to San Antonio though? Don't tease me, Grandpa. I tried Periscope to hold my breath. Nearly drowned. Nearly drowned. You didn't like Periscope? Yeah. How are you, sir? How's the vape going? You must be talking to DB. Yeah, how is the vape going, sir? How is that going? Sucking, not as near. Oh my god, man! Just when you thought it was gonna be a PG stream, no, there's nothing wrong with sucking your vape. That's all I can say. As long as you are legal age. Wait, I ain't asking you. Wait, I asking you, Handy. Just DB got me. Yeah, I know. Now you both are sucking together. You Crew Dog and DB are both sucking together. Y'all both a bunch of suckers. Ha! Handy still got jokes.
Jokes for days.
If you don't suck, you blow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my Jesus, man. So what was I gonna say? What about you? Wait, whoa. Pauline, it's not Friday. You only supposed to be talking like that on Friday, Paul. Pauline says, "What about doing both?" Question mark. Oh my Jesus! I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all, man. So what was the other topic that you didn't know if we were gonna be able to discuss, but we can discuss now?
Well, I think I can bring up the rest of it next week because
Okay.
we've talked about a lot, and I kind of want to save some room for other things another week because I did kind of back up a little bit from 2 weeks ago. So I've been kind of mixing and matching, but I got all the important things out. So that's kind of what I wanted to establish. So I'm
Okay.
actually good for this week.
Okay, you're good for this week. I am definitely good for this week. We did talk a lot about in the beginning of the show. So if you missed a lot, make sure to go back on SoundCloud. I don't know what happened. I'm trying to upload episode 107 on YouTube, but every time I go to export it, it keeps saying failed to export. Don't know why. So just bear with me. If you really want to check out episode 107, go to SoundCloud or Stitcher. New doors may be opening soon. We may be moving from SoundCloud because I thought about something. I was like, yo, I'm putting this $15 a month into SoundCloud and it's their platform. What if I took that $15 a month and put it somewhere else to grow even more? So be on the lookout. I actually just came up with that idea today. Yo, what's the YouTube video? There's a mystic beach named Bang Blow. What? Oh my god, you're gonna have to put that in the Discord, man. You have to put it in the Discord. Mystic beach named Bang Blow. I guess it's a bang for your buck, huh? But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let OG before I let him give out the outro, because I know he doesn't know about this yet. Well, he does, but he hasn't put it in his mental note of notes. Don't forget, March 25th, we will be doing a special stream I'll be doing a special stream for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. So please mark your calendar, because it's going to be on and popping. It's going to be the same normal time, same pretty face as far as I know, same place. And I get to stream whatever I want. Pretty much we'll just be removing my donation button. Well, this is what I want to do. Instead of having two donation buttons, I'm going to remove my donation button and put theirs. And so all donations on the stream will go straight to the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. And yeah, let's make it awesome. Let's make it cool. Even if you can't donate, let's just make it big for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. All right? And I'm going to go ahead and let OMG take us out.
Yes, and for those who did miss the beginning, who were late for church, you did miss a lot of Nintendo hype. There was some new game releases, so check out the video later when he posted.
And a lot of
And of
Xbox
course, we
hype
did talk a
too.
little bit about a lot of
Oh, we lost you. No, why we lose you? Your internet connection went stupid.
Uh-oh, that's not good.
Okay, there we go. You're back.
Okay. But yes, we did talk a lot about Nintendo.
Oh, we
There was
lost
a
you
lot of
again.
hype.
There we go. Okay.
So if you missed it earlier, just watch it later. But other than that, we do thank you guys for watching and listening to the OG podcast. We are here every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central, unless they end up getting another promotion and missing a week.
You know Nintendo.
Um,
They love them.
but of course, while we're gone, please, show some love at the Able Gamer stream that he'll be doing tomorrow. And then, of course, all of the other streams that he does throughout the week. Please check all of my older YouTube videos if you're into Shadowverse or just other mobile game related stuff. I always post content at least once a week, so just be on the lookout for that. And then without further ado, we'll see you guys next week. Y'all keep gaming.
Keep gaming.